Let's go to see the first homework for chapter 2. Problem number 1, you have to simplify the expression. That means you have to collect similar terms. Problem number 2, it is the same, just be careful with the fractions. So multiply first 1 over 3 times 10y minus 2, then 1 over 12 times 8y plus 13, and then you collect similar terms. Problem number 3, it is a linear equation. Bring all the x's on the left side, the numbers on the right side, and solve for x. Problem number 4 is easy, same as before. And the same thing for number 5. However, first get rid of the parentheses. 6, you have 2 over 5x plus 4 over 5 is equal to negative 4 over 5. So start by multiplying both sides by 5 and then you continue. And same thing for 7. 6 and 7 are very similar. Problem number 8, you have to solve this equation for x. There's a possibility that you don't have a solution or the solution is all real numbers. Problem number 9, you have to find the least common denominator and then continue. Then for this problem you have to write the phrase as a variable expression. So it says the product of 2 and the sum of a number and 7. So for example you have to end up with something like, let's say, 3x plus 2. This is going to be the form that you have to end up. Product of 2 and the sum of a number and 7. Problem number 11, you have to solve a linear equation. So bring all the x's on the left side, the numbers on the right side, and solve for x. Number 12 is a multiple choice. So you have to write the following expression as an equation. So you have to check which one is the correct one. Number 13, you have the weight is 6 times the weight of B. So if the sum of their weights is 140, find the weight for each one. So you have to make two equations. So the first equation, the summation of A and B is equal to 140. So A plus B is equal to 140. Figure out the second equation and then you figure out what is the weight for A and what is the weight for B. In this case you have to find the relationship between the angles. So if the measure of the third angle of the triangle is 15 more than 3 times the measure of either of the other two angles, find the measure of each angle. Don't forget the summation of the angles is 180 degrees. So also you have to use this relationship. But the most important is on the second sentence, the relationship of the third to the other two. In this case the left and the right page numbers of an open book are two consecutive integers. For example, could be 5 and 6, which is equal to 11. And the summation is 129. So what you do, if the first page is x, the second page will be x plus 1 because they are consecutive. So the first page is x, the second is x plus 1 with a summation of 129. And then you continue. This problem number 16, this is 30 inches, and as you can see you have the relationship here, x, 2x, 4x plus 2. So what you do is that you solve for x and then you figure out each one of the lengths of these pieces. Next one, if the sum of a number and the 5 is tripled, the result is 4 less than twice the number. So you have to make the left side and the right side of the equation. Left side and right side of the equation. So up to tripled is the left side of the equation, and after that it's the right side of the equation, and you solve for x. The number of counties in state A and the number of counties in state B are consecutive even integers. Now if you have even, the relationship will be what? X and x plus 2, because you have a difference of 2 between the two numbers. So you have x and x plus 2. If you have consecutive numbers, it's x and x plus 1. If you have consecutive even or odd, will be x and x plus 2. So the first one is x, the second x plus 2 equal to 118, and then you solve for x. In this case you have 8 more Republican governors than Democratic governors. So in this case, what is the relationship? If you have x for Democrats, you have x plus 8 for Republicans. So x plus 8 is equal to 50, and then you continue. And the last one, you have to be able to read the chart.